Welcome, everyone, to this weekly live radio show at KCIW 100.7 FM in lovely, sunny, coastal Brookings, Oregon. Thank you for tuning into this week's exciting, fun program of Doc and Jacques. I'm Dr. Gigi, and I'm sitting alongside my co-host, San Francisco, Jacques. How are you, Jacques Wolf?
Oh, hey, Doc. What's going on, Dr. Gigi? Good afternoon to our guests today, two of them across from us here, and to all those loyal and new listeners out there. Welcome to the Doc and Jacques Radio Variety Show. Today is Wednesday, October 23rd, 2024, and it's Boston Cream Pie Day.
Darn tootin', and it is a National Mole Day. That would be the mole in the garden day, not in the mole on your skin day. What was that joke?
Oh, my favorite, one of my best jokes was I went to Dr. Gigi recently, and I said, Doctor, I want to show you a very suspicious-looking mole. She looked at it and said, oh, it looks quite normal. Now put it back in the garden. Hey, I even got the wizards in the recording, the soundtrack engineers, Ray Simon and Tom Bozak, to laugh on that one.
Are you going to tell the other joke?
Oh, am I going to tell the other one? Oh, yes. Well, I just recently, because it's fall, I recently planted bulbs. You know why?
In the garden, you mean?
In the garden.
Yeah. Why?
Bulbs, so the moles can see during the winter. Okay. All right. What else? Okay. It is National Horror Movie Day. Why wouldn't they make that the 31st? I don't know. Why would they call it today?
Because they're busy doing other stuff.
Yeah, they're busy doing other stuff. And this goes well with our horror shows in your MD10 today. Okay, Doctor, it's your script, not mine. Tell us, what do you have for us today in your medical education, Doctor?
The MD10 today will be on the flu vaccine that some people are horrified.
The flu. It flew over me.
So, listen to this. Seasonal flu vaccines are designed to protect against the influenza virus that research indicates will, maybe, possibly, most likely, most common during the upcoming season.
It's a crapshoot, right? It's just kind of weather.
It is an educated guess, right?
Okay.
Someone is watching what strains cross the globe and what probably will come here in the fall, and that's how the vaccines are designed.
Guessing game.
It's sort of a guessing game. It's a good guessing game, educated guess. This flu season, vaccines will be all trivalent. Trivalent, which means against 3 flu viruses. It's influenza A, H1N1.
I've heard of that one.
Yeah. Another influenza A, H3N2.
Never heard that one.
And an influenza B, or the Victoria virus.
Victoria, if you're listening, there is your name.
Before this year, there was a quadrivalent flu vaccine out.
That's 4. I know my quads.
Right.
4, right?
That was 4.
Right.
Now, which protected against one more influenza B virus. But that one hasn't been around for 4 years, so they dropped it. So that's why we have a trivalent
It should
one.
be influenza F, because it failed. It failed.
Flopped and failed.
Didn't make it. Okay.
Vaccines are actually made in an interesting fashion. Viruses are not considered alive. Remember that?
Yeah, we talked about that, where they're not living
They're
deaths.
not
Everybody
considered
thinks a
alive.
virus, they don't eat. They're like zombies, right, within our system.
Yeah.
They don't eat. They don't
poop. They don't breathe. They don't metabolize.
Yeah, so they're not really alive, but that's contested. Some people say they're.
Yeah. Well, biologically, they're not alive. So anyway, they have somebody else make more viruses. And so we are using often eggs, chicken eggs.
Wait a minute. We use chicken eggs. What do they take? The virus, go into the shell and squirt it into the egg and yolk?
Squeeze it in the egg.
Well, that is kind of a perfect little world, right?
Right. It's contained in everything.
Now that's a horror movie right there.
We can also use cell cultures where no animals or humans are harmed in order to get them, just as a side
Well, an
note.
egg is debatable whether it's hurting the egg. I mean, I eat them scrambled sometimes, right?
Okay, chicken eggs are not fertilized. There's no life in there.
Okay. Potential, though.
Potential if there is a sperm fertilizing the egg, but we're talking unfertilized eggs.
But they're squirting it full of bad viruses.
I know, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So there are a couple of flu vaccines out there. So the shot that is called the flu shot is made out of purified and inactivated virus particles.
I'm signed up Friday, 11 o'clock. I'm at the clinic, Carson City, and I'm getting my flu shot from the.
No, you get
but
the
I'm not
high
getting.
dose.
I'm not going to get COVID this year.
Okay, we don't have it in the clinic for some reason either.
Okay.
And then there's another flu vaccine that is the nasal spray, which is made out of attenuated or weakened viruses. So they're whole viruses, but they're weakened. So they're called
Is
attenuated.
it a one-time thing shot up your nose, or are you walking around doing like, hey, man, my flu? Whoa. Okay, so that's a nasal spray. What other ones are there?
Then there are recombinant vaccine, where this is really interesting. So the flu has on its outside shell has little hands. They're markers saying, "I'm a flu."
You love your hands. Well, that's right. The COVID has those little things that stick out, right?
So they're little markers.
Okay.
The COVID has a spike protein. They have other markers, and they're the H and the N, and they're given to other cells that then make these markers nonstop, and all they have to do is then isolate those markers and shoot them into us.
Cool.
So and then our immune cells recognize it and make antibodies against it. It takes about 2 to 3 weeks to initiate the first antibodies, which are IgM. They're short-lived, and then the long-lasting ones that last for months is the IgGs. So a lot of people have a question about
IgG. My name Gigi. IgG. I'm working for MGM. Is it MGM? IgG. I work for MGM. Or is it IGM? Okay.
IgG. All right. So the difference to pneumonia is those vaccines work differently because pneumonia is actually pneumonia can be caused by a lot of things. But when we get the pneumonia shot, it's against the bacteria that cause pneumonia. And so they are not viruses, they're bacteria. And our immune system recognizes bacteria differently than it does viruses. So if we immunize against the bacteria, the way the bacteria present themselves, then that is a long-lasting immunity. Technically, you don't need it only every 10 years, and not every
Why are we more susceptible to get the flu when it's cold and sneezy and windy and
Okay, you asked me that in the car, and I told you about it, and you said that is a lame answer. So you're setting me up. Thank you.
Well, it is. It's true. It's like, why are we always just sick? Why aren't we sick with these viruses in the summertime?
Yeah, so there's a couple of answers. One answer is that you're more immunosuppressed, sort of, in the cold weather.
Okay.
Which I don't know if that's true or not. The other one, there is no viruses here. That's the one that you didn't like. The virus travels the globe throughout. So it travels from country to country, and then it comes around again the next year. So that's why we devise different vaccines. So we don't have flu viruses here in the summer.
You know, the ocean takes up most of the earth. So it's out over the ocean, the virus, right? Do you know what the ocean said to the virus? It said nothing, but it waved.
Oh.
Okay. So, and another thing is, I had another great question, but I forgot. Oh, shoot. Okay. Well, we'll get to it later. Thank you for that MD10, Dr. Gigi.
Sure
I am going to go get my. Am I going to get an inhaler again, or no? I get my shot.
Well, you get a shot. We don't have the flu.
Do they give it to me? You know where? Behind.
No, they give it in your arm.
Okay. Darn it. Okay, folks, thank you for this, listening to this. You are tuned in to KCIW 100.7 FM here in Brookings, Oregon. And today we have another incredibly gifted and talented couple in the studio, musicians. I love this job. I love doing this broadcast because we meet so many unique people that are so talented. And today, there is no sparing on the talent. Yeah. These two musicians are in town, but I want to say for the prologue, let me contemplate this with you. Where would we be without music? And I've said this similar prologue on many of the shows. Isn't music how we make sense of the beauty and the pain and the joy and the struggles that color in the canvas of our mortality and existence. Where would our human species be without music? Think about this. Music does affect all of us. From the time we are born, when our mothers sang nursery rhymes in our ears, to the time of our deaths, when choirs lament our passing with songs. Music is anything and everything that has lyrical sounds made by instrument or vocal, and passing through the filters of our ears, and it settles into the seat of our souls. I really, truly think that music is magic portals working. Music is also how cultures express themselves. They are conduits to help us flesh out our collective values and histories, and ensures that the voices of our past will be heard in vibrant new musical ways. For me, and I know Gigi will concur with this, music is dual-pronged. It either demands a ransom of getting up and percolating us to dance, or it causes us to pause and marvel at the wonder of nostalgia and emotions and complexities of being human. So, as you go out on your daily and weekly business from today on the 26th of October, no, 23rd, 23rd, I'm thinking ahead of time.
Yeah.
Somebody's playing some music down in Misty Mountain on the 26th. That's our friends here. I want you to seek out those opportunities that you may immerse yourself in music. Go out and listen for the sound of music. I'll tell you what, it's everywhere. And when you find it, soak it up. Luxuriate in it. I assure you, it cannot hurt you. At best, it will awaken your spirit by allowing music to speak to your soul. And with that, amen. Okay. That is a prelude for our guest today, who I just an hour and a half ago, a couple hours ago, had the distinct honor of interviewing them with KFUG, our sister or brother broadcasting community radio station down in Crescent City. And they're so good, I said, you got to come up here and do this again. And they are graced us with being in the studio. So without further ado from me, I wish to warmly welcome Steve and Laura Nelson. Many of you know them, in town, to the Doc and Jacques radio variety show. Welcome, you two.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Hello. Hey, Steve.
Good to be here.
Hey, Laura.
Nelson.
It's called Two-Time Nelson.
Oh, Two-Time Nelson.
It says that on your drum, right?
It does.
So that's, he's the guy that beats the drum. She plays harmonica. She has the chimes. You also play the ukulele. They're slightly.
And he does the guitar.
He does
they
the guitar.
both harmonize beautifully.
They're slightly talented.
Just
They're going to be singing some songs for us later, but we want to find out all about you. Gigi, lead off.
All right.
All the
Well, we
pressure.
start with, where are you guys from, Laura? You're first. You're
I'm
ladies
from
first.
Fresno, California, born and raised. Yeah.
And you
And
left.
I left there in 1989.
And you went to?
Where
Where'd
did
you
you go?
Oh, when I left
Is that when you-
California. Okay, I hadn't thought about that. I went to Idaho.
Oh,
Yeah.
Idaho. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Steve.
I was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and raised in Dallas and Austin, Texas.
So you consider yourself a Texan?
Texan.
Kind of.
Yeah, Tulsa's cool.
I lived in Louisiana for 7 years. Does that count a little bit?
Yeah, we used to go down there to get shrimp and gumbo. And
Yeah, gumbo. Ooh,
Etouffee.
gumbo is yummy.
Lon Goddard, who would be the one that said, well, you were hatched in Tulsa, but you were raised in Texas.
Right.
Right.
Cool.
Very nice. So, what brought you to Brookings, Laura, first?
Well, a lot of things brought us here,
Yeah.
but what ultimately brought us here was a friend of ours. He used to be a bandmate. He played keyboards, and he wanted us to get our
Yeah, look. There we go.
band back together.
Yeah.
And so he lived here. His name was Jimmy Clark. And so we moved up here, but unfortunately Jimmy passed away, so we never got to
Oh, no.
get the band back together.
And it was called Quarter. What was the name of that band?
Quarter Blue?
Quarter to Blue.
Oh,
Quarter to Blue. Instead of quarter to two, quarter to blue.
Quarter to Blue. Yeah.
And so
Or
you had the
Quarter
band.
Blue.
You had the band down south somewhere, or where did you have the band
we
before?
originated in Boise, Idaho.
Oh, in Boise.
Yeah.
Idaho.
And that's where him and I met.
You guys met
Idaho.
in
Boise.
Boise.
Yes,
Oh,
we
okay. I
did.
thought it was Portland. So then shortly thereafter, how long were you dating and then you got married after a couple of years?
Yeah. We'd been together for 27 years and been married 25 of this 27. And I was in a band called Broken Spoke. And we were losing our guitar player to a friend of mine.
Oh, she's the one that stole the guitar
she
player?
stole my guitar player.
Oh, my God.
So, and she always throws at my face. Anyway, so we were looking for another guitar player, and the bass player, Harley, found his number on a billboard, or
Bathroom wall?
maybe.
Stall?
Yeah,
Next to
maybe.
Jenny's.
So he brings them to our rehearsal, and we've been together since.
Wow, you knew it was there, right?
So what
Yeah.
happened to Broken Spokes, the band?
Well, after a couple years, him and I decided we wanted to go our own way and do our own thing. We were doing lots of different songs with Broken Spoke,
Yeah.
and we wanted to do more blues, rock type of music.
They still have that band over there. It's called Six Sense.
6 Cents, but it's not
Six
the same as Broken
Sense.
It's not a Broken Spoke.
Spoke. No,
Quarter to blue.
3-piece.
Isn't there half a dozen wild chicks? What was another name?
Half a dozen women in the blues
Yeah,
I was
a
involved
dozen.
in. Yeah,
Were there really 6 women doing?
there was.
Oh, that's pretty cute.
And you
Yeah.
had a lot of harmonizing there.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We did shows, here and there, and we did a lot of blues festivals and whatever else, that they wanted entertainment. And I got to be on stage with a lot of great players, and 2 that are actually famous now.
Who?
Going to tell us?
Well, Gail Chapman, she was and is still pretty famous. She was Prince's keyboard player back in the 70s. And if you saw her then and you see her now, she's just not, you wouldn't believe it's her. She looks so different. But
In a bad way?
Huh?
In a bad way? No. in a
No,
good way.
no,
Okay.
it's just she had this wild hair and,
Right.
and wore lots of makeup and stuff on stage with Prince and did all kinds of
Well, I did
things.
too when I was younger. Oh.
And then, so another player, actually who played with us, he plays harmonica. His name's John Nemeth, and he is a blues harmonica player
Singer.
that is very well known. Yeah, he's on Bluesville a lot. You can hear him there.
Cool. Steve, your background was a little bit different because you were at first a sound man for some big names, right? You were.
Well, it was back and forth between playing in a band and working for production companies, which were often associated with bands. And so I worked my way up from gopher, winding cables and
I know Gopher is an actual real position, right? She's,
Yeah.
you see that the
I
movies
plant
there.
bulbs just for them too.
so you work your way up to, eventually, hopefully, if you pay attention to doing monitor mixes on stage,
Yeah.
and then later front of house mixing. And so I worked in Texas and in Southern California doing that quite a bit.
And some of the names you've worked with or their acts or you've helped out. And
I worked for Frank Zappa in Santa Monica Civic Auditorium, I believe in 80 or 81. I was working at Pepperdine University at the time, and they needed to fill in, and I went and got yelled at for several hours. It was a lot of fun.
was it? It was one of those not so great moments, but,
But you
for the
can
great
say you worked with
Frank
with
Zappa, and then some
yeah,
contact with Willie Nelson, I understand, or
Yes,
yeah?
yes, many
Cool.
years ago, the same thing, doing setup on stage, and got to chat with him for a while, which was a lot of fun.
Cool.
So you guys have been with music all your lives, pretty much. When did you
Yes.
guys pick up singing / playing the instruments? When did that happen?
I grew up in a musical family, and there was always singing, and we had a piano, so there's always singing and playing the piano.
Nice.
And then
So you play too? Do you play the
Well,
piano?
I did. I took some lessons, but I'm really not very good at it. I was a lot better then when I paid attention. But anyway, so yeah, my younger sister and I would sing for church. We went to church and we sang gospel music.
Oh, cool.
And we traveled a lot and went to lots of different churches and revivals and stuff like that and sang. And we always did it a cappella. And
Nice.
then
You had a good ear for that, right?
and then somebody wanted to start playing for us, and we went and sang for this one church, and I forget what it's called, but anyway, they had a full band there, so that was pretty exciting. We got to go up and sing with this band, and I had never done that before, and I was maybe 14, 15, and that right there told me I want to be in a band. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to just sing, with no music, just her and I, We sang beautifully together. I mean, we were really in tune with one another.
That's how you learned to harmonize?
That is how, yeah.
Nice.
And at the same time, though, you had a career you were following, were you not?
Yes, I worked in the medical field, in different types of fields. I ended up in ophthalmology for about 25 years there.
Cool.
And as I said earlier, the doctor that I was working for retired. So I decided, well, I'm just going to take my profit sharing, and that's what I did. And him and I, we bought a van and all kinds of stuff like lighting and everything. We went on the road and played
Never
music.
looked back.
The two-time Nelson,
Yeah.
right?
We were not two-time Nelson
No,
at the time.
you weren't there.
We were a quarter to blue then.
Okay.
Yeah.
The blue. All right.
So we've only been two-time Nelson since we've been in Brookings.
And then, Steve, you were at Pepperdine, and then you kind of ventured out, and you finally figured you have so much talent in just your little finger alone. With Laura here, the two of you, that makes a whole finger, or actually a quarter finger, quarter to blue,
Quarter to blue.
A blue one.
a blue one, and then it was just a transition for you to go right into the music and just carry your message of Americana.
Been playing music since I was child. As my German grandfather,
Right.
played
Right on.
many instruments, and the youngest of his family, my mother's little brother, was about 5 years older than me, and he started playing in rock bands in the 60s.
Cool.
So therefore, of course, I wanted to do that, and Grandpa was very supportive. And
Did he speak German, or he was?
when he was upset, yes.
When he was upset, I can remember that one. She does the same thing.
But he played a little bit of everything, and so it was fun to visit, especially at holidays, because the instruments would all come out, and I could grab any one I wanted, and Grandpa would show me at least one song on each one of those instruments.
Nice. So what do you play? What other instruments do you play?
Well,
More or less.
guitar, bass, drums, mandolin, banjo, whatever. I play a little of
banjo.
something on all of them, but
Twang.
until you get perfect pitch, which is the sound made when you throw the banjo in a dumpster and it hits an accordion.
Oh, gosh.
It hits.
No, do any of you read music? Can read notes?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
They're
wow.
not in their heads.
That is, that's unusual.
Well, that's what I told
Yeah.
earlier today when I interviewed you. I said you're like the 30%, 70% of musicians we have
We
here
went
say
to
they
piano lessons.
That's right.
So I had to. She
Yeah.
made me.
every bad boy gets slapped. What was it?
Every good one.
boy does fine.
Get Sally.
FACE.
I was talking in German there. Wow. So you both do. I mean, you could get by on a string, or on a line.
No, for somebody who wants to learn how to sing harmony, is it something that you need to learn the notes? Do you just have to hear it?
The only way that I could tell you is to show you. And I mean, we'd have to be, I would have to teach you by showing you.
Ooh.
I would have you I'll just say, sing the root note. This is what I've done with him. So sing the root note, and I will sing the harmony to it, and then listen to what I'm doing there. It's just like either dropping down a little bit lower than what they're singing, or go above it. And usually, I will go below and above in one song. I can usually harmonize with.
Oh, you got to help teach us. Okay, we're signing up for Laura Nelson classes.
It's scales. You're just doing a part of a scale. So do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, da. The do is the 1, and then you have a 3, and then a 5, and a 6, and another person can take that note, the 3rd or the 5th, and play it or sing it with the person doing the root note, and that's harmony.
Why don't we do that?
I
want to do. She has a great voice. She does it. She's got a bit of an accent when she sings. I'm the singing telegram guy. I sing "Happy Birthday" really well.
We could do a heavy metal version of Ein Prosit or something like that.
There we go. Perfect. Oh my goodness. Well, you played in many venues all over. You've traveled. You've been here or there, but you've been in Brookings for how long? Did you say about 10 years? Was it?
Since 2015.
Okay,
Yeah.
coming up 10
Close
years.
enough.
Close enough. That's a long time for people that come and go.
Now, how far do you travel to sing at a venue or perform?
We will go as
Much
as
gas
far,
we have.
Yeah,
As far as
yeah. No, we don't mind traveling.
Uh-huh.
But,
You still have that
you know,
one band that you got?
No. No, long
I bought
gone.
it from them. So the garage. You've sang at so many of these venues. Let's start in Crescent City. Where do you like playing in Crescent City, or where have you played in Crescent City?
Or Brookings?
I'm starting in Crescent City.
House
I'm
of
working my way.
Jambalaya.
House. Oh, no kidding. You know the Schmitz, right?
Yeah.
Jen and Mike.
At the Elk Valley Casino.
That's where I
Yeah, that
met.
one is a
That's where I
good one.
met Steve. All right.
And
Daryl Winkleman at
Enoteca. Yeah.
Porta Pints.
Yeah.
So they've been everywhere.
They're everywhere down there.
Yeah, I don't know why
There's-
Seaquake doesn't do
Seaquake is the
anything.
only
That's weird.
They did it when we first came, and then we were, getting interested in going out, and then all of a sudden they quit. So I heard that.
I did not know they ever had anybody.
That's what I heard. I never saw anybody there, but I heard.
periodically.
Yeah.
Periodically.
Like on the outside
They got
when
the big
they're outside.
fireplace. I can't wait for the rainy nights. We'll go down there. And then up here, as we get up closer, there's so many venues that you have been part of. I might want to jump in and say that there is something happening in the Grange on the 16th of November. One of you tell us what's that about? Do you know the Grange details?
Stage lights.
Stage
Yeah,
lights with
stage
benefit.
lights. And it's a fundraiser to purchase a heat pump, I guess it is.
The heat pump. It is.
And so there's several different bands coming,
Right.
duos,
You
trios, whatever.
and Tony Land and band, and yes, there's quite a few. I
Yeah.
know Kim Devine, and that is going to be between noon and 6 on the 16th of November. Yes,
Which
so
is
that is at
Saturday.
Range, and it's free, but they want you to give generously.
Yeah,
It's to go to a good
donation.
cause. Nobody likes to be in the Grange when it's too cold. And this cold season is upon us. And you might get the flu if you went there and it wasn't heated. So you never know. It's better than the vaccine.
Yeah, so Two Time Nelson goes on at 3:10.
Okay,
on that
cool.
day.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, good. We will look forward to that. That should be fun.
Is it 2 to 6 all the way? So it's Saturday, November 16th, 2 to 6, 14 to 18 o'clock. What is the time?
12 to
12 to
12 to
6.
6. 12
to
until
6,
6. Yes.
yeah.
12, 6 hours of fun all day long. And then this coming Saturday night, the 26th, you're going to be a place that's far away from here. Where are you going to be this Saturday night between 6 and 8?
How many?
Light years away
15 or 17 steps away from where we're
from
sitting
Misty
here.
Mountain.
Misty
Yes.
Mountain.
For you that do not know, do not we are right next to Misty Mountain Brewery here at the KCIW
10,
studios.
26. What
and,
time?
And 6 to 8,
6
right?
to 8.
And they'll be singing and drinking beer and having a good time and
yeah.
having a few bites to eat. Okay. Unbelievably, it is already 30 minutes after this hour. This show has been going so fast when you're having fun. I am here with Dr. Gigi Reed, and we are at that midway break. Thank you for tuning in to KCIW 100.7 FM and LP in Brookings, Oregon. We are proudly a non-commercial community radio station, and regardless if you sing, get involved with your community radio station here in Brookings. It's beautiful. It's a great family. We do live. We have pre-recorded shows. We do everything here, and we are a community house for you to visit. I am also very honored to become, I believe I may be the first marketing director that they've ever had. It's a volunteer position for me. I'm excited about it, folks. They're offering something so incredible here for those of you underwriters. So many of you have been on the show that it behooves you to get involved for an incredible low price of $495 to be an underwriter at a community radio station. That's unheard of. In the Bay Area, it's $10,000 or $15,000. $495, you're going to get your name on our website. You are going to be mentioned several times a day, noble causes, foundation, businesses, whatnot. And we will go the extra mile for our underwriters, and you cannot beat this deal. It's $495, and I know I've already got 2 on the rolls, right? I'm breaking the news, so Candace and I know Tom, I've already got two subscribers that are going to jump in and become our underwriters. You can too. Find out more by contacting myself, either on Facebook or reaching out to me, or going to kciw.org, and you can find out more. Please get involved. Support your community radio station. All right, we're back. Dr. Gigi, what else are we going to ask?
We want to ask before they start presenting us with their music, I want to ask, who are your favorite singers or bands?
One of my favorite bands is Evanescence. I really do like that kind of music.
Evanescence.
Amy Lee, and then Beth Hart.
Oh, Beth Hart, right? I turned her on to Beth Hart.
Yeah,
I started dating
her. I've been following her since her early days, and I just love her. And Sue Foley, she's a blues singer, blues guitar player, really awesome. And Susan Tedeschi, I really like her. Cool. And then I like, Etta James and all of the older gals.
Tedeschi,
as you will hear, our dear listeners, we'll hear in a little bit when Laura sings, and Steve, they sing with emotion. There's something about that you two have, and the combination is a 1-2 punch. It's just wonder, joy for the vocal. Was that the chicken upstairs? Scraping,
chicken squeaking.
We got people cutting chicken above us at the Black Trumpet restaurant.
Steve, you tell us your favorite bands and singers.
I like songwriters a lot. John Prine, Guy Clark, Townes Van Zandt, and I like their songwriting. And in performing, I like a lot of blues rock acts. I love Stevie Ray Vaughan, and Eric Clapton, of course, and Jimmy Page of Zeppelin, and are my guitar heroes.
Right on.
Very
and
nice.
the one who just passed, Chris Christopherson, I think.
Yes, so definitely Chris Christopherson.
So many of these people are now gone, right? I mean, we are getting to an age.
Well, because we're getting up there. We are not.
Tell us why it happens, Doctor. Tell us.
And the new music we're maybe not liking too much because
we're which one of you is the lucrative the marketing person? Is it you, Laura, or Steve? Who's out there marketing and booking gigs and things like that, or necessary part of the business?
Well, it's kind of both of us. I tend to do more of the event ads.
You're big on Facebook, so
yeah.
Actually, bring out your pens and papers, folks, because you're going to be taking out some information here. So Facebook is big, right?
Yes.
How do people find you on Facebook?
2-Time Nelson.
So just 2-Time TWO Time and Nelson, and that's going to bring you right to your webpage.
It should.
And are you going to give a phone number out, Steve, or not? Did you want to do that?
I will.
Okay, you could text him first if you want to.
Yeah, you can text me at 541-373-9018.
Okay, that's 541-373-9018. And can people book you for like a wedding or a special party or something like that?
We actually enjoy the private gigs such as weddings or special events.
I bet so.
We enjoy that a lot. It's just like you're being invited to a party, getting paid to go party.
Yeah, right.
And playing music is always fun, and it's always at parties.
Yeah,
So you're playing for us today. You will be playing Americana music, right?
We're playing what we can play.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
because of copyright.
Americana kind of covers a wide range
right.
of folk and country and
Yeah,
and
but it sounds like you're possibly, or you were before, more into blues music. Do you not play it so much because people are more into dancing to your music, or do you play it just as much, the blues and
well,
other?
since we've gotten slightly older, we just play what we want.
Yeah.
And what we enjoy. And of course, if somebody says, "I really like when you do this kind of music," we'll play it. So it's not just all of us wanting to do everything, but if we have a feel for our audience, we try to go towards that, and that's very necessary in more of the private gigs.
So if people are up and dancing, let's say you want to keep them dancing, so you'll adjust it versus its sentimental time, and you have a more of a slow, thoughtful.
Right,
song.
we'll do ballads, and we'll sound like a regular duo, and then if it's dancing, we can sound a little more like a full band.
I think we danced a little bit when we saw
we
the
did,
Elks this
at the
last week.
Elks,
We shook the booty a little bit. That was fun.
We were loud, weren't we?
That was
know,
very,
it was
very
nice.
good. DeLon Goddard was right. He said, nobody plays the Elks like the two-time Nelson. You've mentioned age. We're getting older. Are both of you feel like you've become at your peak now, or were you getting better with age? Where are you standing? How about you, Laura? Where are you in your career or your love for singing and making music? You getting better?
Well, I can't say that I'm getting better. I was silenced for about 3 years, almost 4, and so now I'm struggling a little bit with my vocals, and also with enough air to play the harmonica.
Laura was just getting back with two-time Nelson after about 3.5 years of being very ill, very sick.
Something that affected your vocal cords?
Well, I had no energy to sing,
Okay, gotcha.
and I took a lot of different kinds of medication and was on biologics. And I think with all that, it just kind of screwed me up.
And you carried the torch alone, Steve, right?
Yes.
So
she's been back for just a few months right now.
Well, we
guys
caught you
are
just right
dynamic
then.
too. Oh, you sound so good. How about you? You had to change then, right? You had to pick up the beat a little bit without your partner here, right?
Yes. And it would feel kind of odd, especially if I was doing a song that we had done together.
Mm-hmm.
I would feel naked because her voice was not covering mine with her harmonies, and I missed that a lot. So it's good to have her back.
Yeah.
Did you ever
Excellent.
get arrested for being naked on the stage?
No,
No,
but
they would not arrest him.
I needed an elastic strap though for the money. The bills have to
That's
fold
right.
and fit in your
All those
waist.
dollar bills had to collect somewhere. You're right. And when you, when I saw you down at Elk Valley a year and a half ago, or about that, you were single, and I remember you had the drum, and it had. Obviously, one time said two-time Nelson, but you'd taken duct tape and covered then said only one time Nelson. Now it was struck out. So you had to adjust, and you had to pick up the pace so you could do it, and you sounded good. But when Chic hits the accompanies you and takes
completes the sound.
it really
It's
does.
so nice. It's so rounded. Exactly. That's what it is.
My
Rounded.
goodness, we love
Ooh, I love it. Yeah.
All right. What do you where do you see yourself in a couple of years? You still want to just continue this boat ride you're on now and have fun?
Well, I hope get healthier in 2 years. I'm still on my way, and work on my vocals and the instruments that I play.
Right.
Get back into that. I didn't 100% lose everything, but there's some like harmonica licks I just can't do right now, and singing, I can't reach some of those notes like I used to, and I'm working on it. It's getting there.
You're a cozy.
Well, your voice is super full, though.
Cozy. You got a
not
huge
squeaky
range too.
Yeah.
And put yourself in a small room like you were just in when we saw you on the second Saturday Art Walk. We saw you were playing at the Democratic downtown Democrat store, right? And that's where we walked.
I don't know what it's called.
Not store, but the the Democrat
Office.
office, yeah.
Well, there's an artist that works in there, and they have their art in there to be a part of
Right.
Yeah,
Art,
to be on the art.
Gotcha. And it was great food. And
Yeah,
you
it
guys
was
really, it was most probably the liveliest place where we visited
went,
that day. Yeah.
And we'll liven it up for you.
There we go. It's so much fun. You're very, very
as long
talented.
as they have plenty of coffee.
That's right. All right, we're going to get back to you answering some more, a few more questions of you and whatnot. But I think it's time. Maybe you should start pulling out your instruments and
yes,
starting
please
yourself getting
do.
ready. It's a little bit different venue here. You're going to play at least a couple songs, I think. You're kind of winging it. You're just kind of going because of some of the songs that you were planning to sing have copyright infringements on them,
Right.
unfortunately.
So this first song we're going to do has a name. The second song does not. This is Wade in the Water.
Wade in the Water. Cool.
Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water, yeah. Who's that yonder, dressed in red? Wade in the water. Must be the children that Moses led. God's gonna trouble the water, yeah. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water, yeah. Who's that yonder dressed in white? Wade in the water. Must be the children of the Israelites. God's gonna trouble the water, yeah. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade, yeah. God's gonna trouble the water, yeah. You don't believe I've been redeemed. Way in the water. Must be the Holy Ghost looking for me. God's gonna trouble the water, yeah. Wade in the water. Wade in the water, children. Wade, yeah. God's gonna trouble the water, yeah.
Right.
All right.
Wow. Obviously a gospel, right? So going
Thank
back to
you.
your roots. Isn't
Thank
that an
you.
old song you mentioned earlier?
What's that?
That's an old song, right?
That is what year?
1864.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
I look what I wrote. She asked me. She said, "Did they write this?" I go, "I wrote while you're singing it." I go, "It's an old song, 1864." I put down the date. I heard it earlier. I don't remember that well. I'm pretty good there.
We were young back then.
1864.
Yeah.
So it's talking about Moses and the figure of, I guess it's Christ in the robes down by the water, maybe baptizing people. So
No, actually, it was them escaping.
Underground Railroad.
Yeah.
Oh, Harriet Tubman did.
yes.
Who
Yeah.
wrote the song? Was that?
Well, it's supposed to have been her that wrote the song. Yeah, she would sing something similar to that. And
Underground
when you see that person dressed in blue, that meant the person that was standing there dressed in blue, it's time to cross the water. Come on over.
Oh,
Right on. Wow. So good. And that goes back to your earlier days, right? Where you said you liked gospel.
the gospel with your
sang
sister.
gospel?
I never sang that song, but
Music gospel is a great training avenue, right? Because you learn a lot of,
Yeah.
right? I
And emotions, you put the emotions in the songs?
emotions are so much of everything, right? It is so very important. And that's what I think shines in your music, and that was exemplified in that song. Okay, cool. What else are we going to hear now? Are we going to hear into...
Well,
We're looking at each other.
we were just going to do an improv, and I'm going to try to play the harmonica a little bit here for you.
Is that a D?
No, this is an A.
Tarhead. About 2-time Nelson. When I woke up this morning, couldn't find my sane. Woke up this morning, I couldn't find my sane. Stepped out on the porch and everything was rearranged. When I woke up this morning, it didn't change a thing. When I went downtown, everything seemed sane. When I looked to my lady, she said, you know, that's your problem. You're insane. Play some of that insanity. Play some more of that insanity. There it is. I like that. That's a cool prompt. And she played some insanity. This is amazing. We're with Laura and Steve Nelson in the KCIW studios. Wow, cool. That's it. We got 2 songs out of you. And
Yeah, I didn't hear the harmony part.
Well, we would love to do that, but everything we do is
Yeah.
copyrighted
Well,
except
people
for our
just have to-
original.
People just have to come and see you to hear.
yeah, the full range of what you're doing.
No, what do you say to people who want to do the same thing? They want to live for their music. They want to get into that. What inspiring tales or words do you have? I mean, you did it.
I did it, yeah. But like I said, I've always been into
Yeah.
music, and it just seemed like the right thing to do
Yeah.
always, you know. It's not an easy business.
Right.
Not at all. And you always, when you're first starting out, you're like, oh, maybe I'll be famous someday, you know. But no, it never, ever happened.
Well, you see this is in a microcosm here, how people come into music. They got a guitar when they were 17 or something, and then they played a little bit, and they put it down for 10 years, and then all of a sudden they meet somebody else that plays, and they go, oh, I used to play, and then they pick up and start playing again, and slowly work their way into playing, doing public performances. And there's a number of people around here like that.
Yeah.
And then there's a few people that have been professionals all their life, and then like us, kind of semi-retired from it. And those guys now are like playing in bands. There's guitar players, drummers, singers around here that are really good.
Right.
And so it's a good mix, because those of us that have been around it all of our lives, we enjoy helping some others that haven't, gotten to where they want to be, which is maybe they can even be older as well, but they just wanted to shift gears and do something different, which playing music is a lot of fun. It's a very social thing.
Yeah. And really also, sometimes you have to have a full-time job on the side to be able to do the music for fun, right?
Yeah.
I was forced into that a few times. But I got good at eating the ramen noodles.
There we go. Oh, my God. Those will there's a lot of preservatives in it. They keep you alive for a long, long time. Veronica Schlesner is of Dog Park Monday, who we have had on the show once or twice. No, both shows. Mm-hmm. She plays harmonica. They call her Veronica Harmonica. And she's the only other woman I know in this area that plays harmonica. So good for you. And you've got a mean streak there on that harp. That's good.
So another woman plays harmonica around
Veronica Schlesner. It's a hard name to pronounce.
With Dog Park Monday.
Dog Park Monday. So if you get a chance to see them, they're playing up here quite often, and they play in the Crescent City. Most of them are from Fort Dick area, but they come up here to
Klamath.
Yeah.
I saw a clip a while back of you playing the harmonica.
Oh, that was a long time ago. Yeah, up on the stage. I love the harp. Yeah, it's good. I have all my keys. Finally figured that out.
Yeah.
Took years to figure out how come I can play so well with one song, and the next song on the radio I can't play at all.
Right.
It's playing with that C the whole time.
In Quarter to Blue, we performed a half step down from an A440. We were half step low. So it was hilarious when we'd be doing blues songs in our tuning, and somebody would walk up with their regular A or E harmonica and try to play with us, and they're a half step out, and I think, it sounds like they're drunk or something. So she wound up getting all of these flat and sharp harmonicas through the whole scale.
That's what I'm having trouble now, getting the flats and sharp. I got all the, A.
Oh my
gosh. Like 20 of them.
Yeah, maybe I do have the flats and sharps, but there's a couple that I'm missing.
And all the different types, the marine band and the chromatics.
Right. And they're getting expensive now.
Yes, I just priced the Seidel, and I think I got this one for free.
Those are expensive.
These are like a couple $100 now.
Wow.
It's like, oh my gosh, and I need a new C harmonica because I've had that one for about 30 plus years. And my holes are...
Those are built in Germany.
All right.
Seidels are?
Yeah.
In Germany. Of course, Hohner.
Yeah, Hohner. I like Hohner. The Oscar.
Yeah, I like the marching band or the blues band. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's good ones. I've gotten a few sets. You're right. Well, I got to get into music. I would pick it up right now. You said it was an A. That was an A. Mm-hmm. I remember when you said, when you left today at KFUG, the other studio, you said, do you have a D?
D.
See, my memory is amazing. Do you have a C? So... Yeah. I'm thinking it's a D, but she said, no, it's an A. Yeah. Okay. You can reach out to this incredibly vibrant and talented folks. Again, like so many people in our community, we are blessed with these type of folks that make our lives cheerier with their music and their talents, and they will share them with us. I highly suggest that next time you hear about Laura and Steve Blaine and the two-time Nelson Band, please stop in. They're going to be at Misty Mountain on Saturday night between 6 and 8. Misty Mountain's right here next to KCIW. So you can also look in and see the studio sign. I think it'll be closed, but who knows. Also, you were playing at the November 16th event at the Grange. You take the stage at 3:10 in the afternoon.
Right.
Looking forward to that. Steve can be reached at 541-373-9018. You want to just text him and say, hey, it's Al Capone here. I'm coming to get you. Get your loot ready. So there it is. That's how you can reach them. You've been an exemplary, wonderful. Thank you for doing both shows for me and the Doc and Jacques show here.
Thanks for having us.
That you have been able
Yes, thank you for having me.
bless the airwaves. Thank you so
Have you
much,
back.
Lon. You did good. You had been on our radar, but Lon sealed it. Lon Goddard. I think he was in
good
here a couple
friend,
weeks ago.
Lon.
Yeah,
We
got,
love
Lon.
you
Lon.
got to get them. Okay,
The
Doc.
best finger picker on the
Is he? There he is.
Absolutely.
Lon
Yeah.
Goddard.
He's going to be at
Yes.
Kuntai tonight.
Yeah.
While she's teaching at the college, I think I'll come down and catch a little bit of Lon Goddard.
Yeah.
All right, what time we got? We have a little bit of. We have 4 minutes of what do we have?
Fun time
Corner. Okay, laugh all you wish. These are great jokes.
Yeah,
I'm
please
tell-
laugh at his jokes.
You do the quotes. I do the
Quotes
jokes.
are
I
not
think
funny.
they're not okay. Hit me with a couple.
Okay,
right now.
so
I'm
all right,
opening
okay. So we have the October quotes. October is a hallelujah reverberating in my body year round.
What? Wait a minute. Okay, don't say that one again. All right, next.
Okay.
Okay.
October's poplars are flaming torches lighting the way to winter.
Okay, now that one I get. October's poplars, like trees, not poplar. Okay, cool.
Poplar, that's poplar.
I used to, Steve, I used to play guitar by ear. Now I use my hands. What did Buddha say at the hot dog stand,
What
Doctor?
did he?
Make me one with everything. So you're kind of Buddhist leanings. There you go. Two cows are standing in a field. One says, hey, have you heard that mad cow disease is going around? Yep, the other cow replies, makes me glad that I'm a penguin. Okay, what else
Upbeat
you
one,
got?
upbeat. I wish that every day was Saturday and every month was October.
What, October is kind of nice. When's your favorite months? Do you like spring or spring or fall people?
I'm summer people.
Are you a summer person? Yeah, I
I
got
like it hot.
Yeah, all right.
I went and spent 2 months in Florida. That was wonderful.
Wow, okay. You like the humidity then too.
Well,
Sort of.
I'm
Guess
He's
Dallas
shaking
and
it.
Austin
Steve's
right
shaking
there.
his head.
San Antonio, whatever.
Hey, did you hear they busted the devil?
No, for what?
They got him on possession.
I want to hear Steve's favorite. I want to hear Steve's favorite month.
Steve's
That guy over here.
Okay, his favorite month. I forgot where we're at.
She asked Laura if to what is her favorite.
July.
month this year.
July. You like July too?
Bastille
Okay,
Day.
Okay, right.
He likes July because that's his birthday.
Okay. I'm proud that I have lots of willpower, but I even have more won't power.
Yeah, me too.
All right, Doc, what else we got? We got a minute or so left.
Okay, one more. October is a symphony of permanence and change.
Of permanence and change. How many paranoid people does it take to screw in a light bulb?
How many?
Just why are you asking? Okay, we're ready.
That's a
Well,
good
thanks,
one.
thanks for the background music. Are we
If
ready
you-
to go?
Okay, one more.
Oh,
Come
I
on.
got one more. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. You all know that an interesting fact about the fellow who invented the knock-knock jokes, he won the Nobel Prize. Oh, man. Did you hear about the new band called Cellophane? It's mostly rap.
I was going to say, I had to think we were going to do that.
Okay. All right, we're at
very
that
good.
point.
We're at the
Thanks,
final
Steve and
minute.
Laura.
Yes, thank you. It was fantastic. You have been listening to the Doc and Jacques show on KCRW LP 100.7 FM in Brookings, Oregon. We hope you have enjoyed the show as much
We've
as
enjoyed
we
it. This is
have.
a
And we
fun
want to thank our guests, the two
Nelson.
Nelson.
The two-time Nelson.
Oh, jeez, I wrote it down. And for obviously their musical contributions. I love the harmony. I didn't get to hear it.
All right, we will be taking lessons from Laura in
Yeah.
the near future. Laura, reach out to us. We'd love to learn harmony.
Thank you.
So much, folks.
Love your show.
I appreciate it. The Doc
Thank
and
you so
Jock
much.
Show here on KCIW 100.7 FM. Peace and love to all of you.
Bye.
Bye.